Welcome to Megabots. Forget your revolutionists. Forget your bots from the blues. This is robot fighting on a brand new level, and here is how the tournament will work. In each heat, we'll have 2 groups. 4 robots in each group, but only 1 from each group will automatically go through to the semi-finals. There are 16 places available in the semi-finals, which means we have 4 extra spaces awarded to the 4 robots who come runner-up with the most points. Each fight will last for 2 minutes, 4 house robots patrol, 3 points awarded for a win, 0 for a loss. If it goes to a judge's decision, the winner will get 2 points and the loser will get 1. So, before we start, let's have a look at all 12 groups in more detail. There will be 1 veteran per group. But we're looking for the potential here. In Group 12, Decapitator, 1 to look out for. In Group 11, Captain Pirate is one mean machine. Hypnodist leads the way in Group 10, there's Behemoth in Group 9. Group 8, Jolly Roger leads the way. It's the only group not to have a veteran. Group 7, Pussycat leads the way. Now, Group 6 has a bit of a rivalry going on between Thor and Real Thor, more shortly. Group 5, Jaws looks almighty. Chaos 2 leads Group 4. There's Terahertz with Group 3. Daisy Cutter looks evil. Group 2, Razer, and Group 1, Mortis. And these are the 2 groups for our first heat. Of course, Mortis and Razer, the veterans. Look out for Sparko and Ramsay, a potential winner here. Each of our group winners will go through to one of our 2 semi-finals. So, for Group 1, they'll be against Group 7 winner, and so on. The same can be said for the second semi-final. It's all random, but it'll be interesting to see who ends up where for our semi-finals taking place later in the series. But let's concentrate on Heat 1. Group 1. In the arena first, it's Mortis versus Chrimbot. Chrimbot, very manoeuvrable, very quick, lacks a bit of control for me, but looks amazing. Let's go over to our first fight. Certainly the more experienced here, but slightly slower compared to Chrimbot, who comes in at a sturdy 100 kilos, ready to fight its way to the top. Here we go.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Each round will last for 2 minutes. No clear win at the end of 2 minutes. We go to a judge's decision. 2 flipping robots here. Of course, Mortis has the axe at the front. The rear spike on Chrimbot looks quite deadly, really. But as you can see, it did lack a bit of control there as it went in towards Matilda's corner patrols, and as it's spinning around. I'm not too sure if that's controlled or style. It's not helped with driving into shunt. Arm's coming off very easily. It must be a very weak arm, but so is Mortis. I mean, that spike at the back of Chrimbot is doing all the damage here. A naked Mortis. That's a nice thought. Chrimbot now comes on and tries. Mortis okay? If there is no movement, the robots will be counted out and there will be a winner. A shunt now comes into play. Got to avoid the corner patrol zones. Remember, if it goes to a judge's decision, you'll be marked against that. Now then, Mortis trying to get the axe in. It's a lot of fun, really, this. A lot of fun. As Mortis once again comes in with the axe, it can't really get hold of Chrimbot because, like I said, it's too fast, lacks self-control. It's fun to watch though. It tangles with shunt yet again. Now, because the fights are only 2 minutes, it means you've got to be very quick in dealing with your opposition, your competitor, and it looks like we are going to go to a judge's decision as the flames lock on. There's the kill lock. Now, with a lack of armour, robots tend to, well, they tend to shut down and immobilise. We are going to a judge's decision by the looks of it. There's the pit there in the arena has opened. Goodness me. Well, who has won this?
Cease.
We will soon find out. For me, that's got to be Mortis. The judges say Mortis. Yes, the control was there. Chrimbot, no control whatsoever. Next, Kratos and Sparko. And here is Kratos. No major weapon apart from the rear spike. Against Sparko, looking red and mean with the front spikes and circular sword.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
And at a very slow start, but there's an advantage here for either robot if there's a clear win, because they'll go straight to the top of the group. Kratos, the green machine here. Oh, it's just been flipped over. Well, unfortunately, Kratos has no Shrimek. There's no real weapon. Now, the problem is here, their idea for Kratos is the low ground clearance to the front and the slope to try and get in underneath a robot. It's not worked. Kilolot here, I think that's it. That's it for poor Kratos. What a quick fight that was. Sparko will be the clear winner here as it comes in for the kill. Sparko really had very little to do there and has won.
Cease.
A clear win there for Sparko. They go to the top. Look at that, 3 points. Fantastic to see. But now let's go over to our second group. And here we are. Goth, Ramsay, Lethal Weapon and Razer. Lethal Weapon, fantastic weapons we'll be seeing now against Razer. Watch out for Ramsay though next. Potential dark horses. And here is Razer, the favourite for the group with that famous crusher. And here's Lethal Weapon. 2 torches. And watch its party dance, as I'm sure it'll show you now.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Razer to the left, here comes Lethal Weapon. And here it is. It's fantastic. Very unsteady though. It only needs a tiny little bump into, I don't know, a house robot or its competitor Razer here, and it'll flip over. But look at this. Fantastic to see. Is that really doing any damage to Razer though? It's a spectacle. It's one of those weapon combinations that's great to see, but doesn't really cause too much damage, I don't think. Razer now trying to figure out what exactly to do with Lethal Weapon. One of the favourites of the entire tournament is Lethal Weapon. It has played previously in friendly competitions. They never get far because that tends to always happen. Oh dear.
Cease.
Well, no surprises there. We kind of expected that. Razer will get 3 points confirmed there. Now we go to our second fight of Group 2. It's Goth and Ramsay in the arena, and here they are. Look out for Ramsay here on the right. Goth has a torch, light lethal weapon, looks mean and moody. And here's Ramsay, the underdog. And I'll tell you why Ramsay is a potential threat. It's won 3 major tournaments.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Back in the day when our tournaments weren't televised, Ramsay won 3 of the 10 friendly tournaments back in the day, and you can see the power here from Ramsay. It's 6 wheeled, 3 on each side, and already just toyed with Goth. And the armour is very strong as well. It's got the spikes and 2 lifters, one to help self-right, and of course the main lifter. Goth doesn't have much here. I'll be very surprised if Goth manages to get through to Ramsay. Very sturdy, very strong. It just pushed into it. Didn't even use the flipper there. Ah, very good tactic. Push on towards the arena hazard. That is the floor flipper, and a bit of fun there with poor Goth. Now then, Kilolot comes out to play. Ramsay's going to have to be very careful. Very quick. The control is there as well. And a rear spike. So Ramsay here, very impressive. And like I said, definitely the underdog of the group. As Goth now has been on its back for far too long, as Ramsay spins in delight And in come the house robots. Ramsay a clear 3 points here as they are cheeky enough to take on the big daddy of them all, Sir Killalot, who comes out to play.
Cease.
Well, there we go. Ramsay, the clear winner, and 3 points. Joint with Razer. We'll return to the second group shortly. But now, with tonight's special event, it's the ultimate challenge. That's right, we've got 10 robots up against dead metal. They need to survive for 90 seconds. If they do, they'll go top of the leaderboard. Our first competitor,
Activate.
Thor. Now, this is Thor. And of course, they are featured later in the series against real Thor. That's going to be a hell of a grudge. But at the moment, we can see he's doing pretty well here against Dead Metal, who's already lost his pincers. But the circular saw from the house robots seems to be pretty deadly. Thor, not the strongest of armour. It's invertible, or should I say it can self-right from its what appears to be bones or something protruding. I think it's lost something. Oh well, Dead Metal's lost his saw, so he's... Oh, you've got to love this. Oh, you've got to really love the mechanics and the physics of this. Unreal. Does this count as a win already for Thor? Dead Metal's hogging the arena wall. You're letting that house down, Dead Metal. Thor is taking advantage of you. Still has its weapon in play. You don't... It's entertaining, isn't it? This is why we're doing this tournament, because it's pure entertainment on an epic scale. Well, they've done really well.
Cease.
And they've lasted the full 90 seconds. Well done, Thor. I wasn't expecting that so early on. Confirmation. There we have it, 90 seconds. We've got so many good robots to come. Behemoth, Chaos 2, Razer. Still open. Now back to the main event. We go back to our group 1. And it's Mortis against Kratos. Kratos desperate for points here.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Kratos, I think, now needs to come up with some kind of plan. I suspect Mortis will probably win this, and already you can see using the hammer to destroy the armour. Very weak armour. Kratos, of course, relying on that back spike. But look at this is the idea of Kratos. For the robots, the opposition, to get up and over, acts like a wedge as it spins around the flame pit there. Mortis more aggressive, I think, with the axe. Of course, has the potential to lift over. You don't want to stay there too long, Kratos. Oh no, it's going to be Mortis who suffers. Thrown by the floor flipper. Mortis is losing armour here. I thought this would have been over by now. Quite light, Kratos. It's the lightest in the group. Now into play comes Bash. This is not going to help. Mortis now coming in, trying to manoeuvre. If this does go to a judge's decision, it'll be an interesting setup for the rest of the group, because it could be open, potentially. That's what I love about this game. House robots just all over the place. Physics? What physics? There aren't any. It's a laugh, it's good to see. Mortis completely naked here. I'm surprised, I really am. Kratos very lucky, I think, without a weapon. Putting up a great fight though, and I mentioned this before, it's the ground clearance very low at the front, so I can get in underneath an opponent. Now the spikes have come off and it's been flipped. Oh, what's going on here in the last 10 seconds? Well, Mortis has lost a weapon, as so has Kratos. It will go to a judge's decision. They've just been saved.
Cease.
By the cease. Interesting here. Who has won this? It's Kratos up and over. Mortis doing a bit of a dance. Who's won? Oh! Very controversial. Well, the judges have given it to Kratos. I was not expecting that. Great to see though. Mortis, 2 judges' decisions now. Next it's Sparko and Chrimbot.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Chrimbot looking for its first win. It's only on 1. Of course, Sparko looking for its second victory here as it comes in with that deadly saw. Chrimbot now has flipped Sparko up and everyone spins in delight because you never quite know what Chrimbot's going to do. It's so unreliable, it's so quick, no real control. As you can see, tangling with Matilda, that's where you don't really want to end up. Sparko now trying to self-right. I think that self-righting mechanism, the arm, is in the wrong place, or it could be the mechanics of the game, who knows? It's all just for a bit of fun, but they can't self-right, and that's a famous victory here for Chrimbot, spinning around. It's great, isn't it? The baubles on the side with the purple armour as it tries to take on Shunt. Cocky's going to flip Shunt out of the arena. What a win from Chrimbot. Fantastic.
Cease.
So they will get the clear 3 points here. And Sparko keeping itself to 3. That's an interesting development. Now we move back over to Group 2. Each robot now playing their second fight each. It's Goth against Razer next. Goth in desperate need of a win here. Razer already on 3. This will be interesting.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Are we going to see Goth's weapon? Blowtorch, Razer. Or are we... Razer didn't screw on the weapon, obviously. And it's just come off. Well, what can Razer do? Is this going to be a win for Goth here? Look at this, using the torch. Rather unrealistic, but it's happened. It's happened. Goth pushing Razer. Look at this. Did you ever expect to see this? In comes Matilda. Look at this now. Razer completely naked. You just wouldn't have expected this to happen to the favourite of the group against a robot which, quite frankly, shouldn't really have bothered coming today. But it's working. It's working. The torch is working. He's not lost his head just yet. Remember, Goth is looking for a clear win here. So is Razer, really. Wouldn't need to be in any sort of a lead by the end of each robot's second fight. Dangerously close to the floor flipper. And look, more damage. This is back control here from Razer, driving in towards Bash, who comes out to play in a big way. Devastating flip. Oh! You've done all the work, Goth. That's what I mean, very wobbly. It's 2-wheel drive with a caster at the front. Ah, now the pit, the siren goes. They're dangerously close to it. This is only Razer's real hope now. Razer's got all the pushing power, but if Goth can pull this off, this would be absolutely epic. We're into the last 10 seconds. A judge's decision. Look at that blue torch. Oh, goodness me, the power of this blowtorch.
Cease.
Oh, so close. Look at that. Perilously. Cease is called. It won't matter. Now, the judges give it to Goth. Get the 2 points. Razer, 4 points. It's Ramsay and Lethal Weapon next. The spectacular Lethal Weapon is yet to score.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Well, I was hugely impressed with Ramsay's first performance. Ramsay doing very little once again. It's obviously about to gain another 3 points because Lethal Weapon, with all of its splendour and spectacle, has no self-righting mechanism. It's pretty light going.
Cease.
Well, that was pretty quick. A clear 3 points to Ramsay. That's 2 in a row. Ramsay in control as we move back to our Group 1. Mortis, Kratos, Sparko, Chrimbot. It's Mortis versus Sparko next. This is going to be interesting. Whoever wins will come out on top.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Mortis yet to have a clear win here. Both fights to a judge's decision. Of course, this is Sparko and Mortis' last fight of the group. Whoever wins this will be on top. And I suppose, well, if the control is with Sparko, I think Sparko might be fancied here with the deadly weapon at the back, the circular saw. Mortis, look at this tug, this to and froing in stalemate with the power there behind the drive. Sparko put up quite a good shove there against Mortis, the favourite. Mortis now with the axe, trying to get some sort of damage points on the clock. Goodness me, well, that didn't help. Matilda completely devastating Sparko's armour there. Once again, menacing Mortis, living up to its reputation. Pushing Sparko, it's dangerously close to being tipped over and into, nearly skirting Sergeant Bash's corner. You can see now Mortis on top at the moment. Has the control, has the advantage. Sparko only now bringing its circular saw into play, which I think should have been making most of that, because it is a devastating circular saw on the back of Sparko. Look at this, already causing damage, and again, yet Sparko is stuck between Shunt and Mortis. It isn't helping, it is now completely naked. It's now got to worry it does not break down, the chassis doesn't bend, the pit's there, the sirens you can hear, which means the pit has depressed. There's now an extra obstacle for our Roboteers. Oh, Mortis is having a right old ding-dong and a real struggle in this group battle, as we're going to another judge's decision here for Mortis. I think the saving grace here is that Mortis has been in more control and has done more damage. At the last minute. Mortis for me, all will be confirmed. Yes, so 5 points. Mortis ends on 5. Now, it's going to be Chrimbot against Kratos. If Chrimbot get just 2 points here, they're going to win the group. They only need a judge's decision win or a clear win. This is going to be interesting. Kratos desperate for a win here. This could all change. Mortis not out of trouble yet.
2, 1. Activate.
Well, I do fancy Chrimbot now for the group win. Could be wrong though, it has the weapon. Kratos has the spikes, of course, and is very low. Very similar body design here, but the lowest here is Kratos. He can get in underneath, as you can see, pushing onto the floor flipper. Look at this damage! And a shove into Sergeant Bash, and off goes the flipper of Chrimbot. That was a great shove from Kratos. Remember, we will be tallying the points up here. This is control and damage, and certainly the style and aggression is all Kratos here. This is a very even group. This is not what I was expecting at all. I mean, Kratos had a disastrous first fight. Oh, and he's just pulled it out the bag! And without the flipper... Oh no, don't write it! Kratos so close. Now this will really light the board up with the points, because I think Kratos here could come out on top as it pushes in towards the corner, but oh no, it flipped back over. I don't think it was intending to do that. I think it was just meant to be ramming in towards Matilda, and over goes Kratos, and now Chrimbot surely won't make the same mistake Kratos did. Chrimbot limping a lot. It's all a disaster and a muddle and a mess of a fight. Oh, and that's it. Kratos on its back far too long.
Cease.
Cease called. Well, Chrimbot win by the skin of its teeth. Look, the winner of Group 1 is Chrimbot. Can you believe? And we'll fill our first place. There we can see Group 1 winner Chrimbot, who will be playing Group 7 winner, whoever that will be. Now, it's not over for Mortis. Mortis will go into our pool runner-up. We're ending on 5 points. More will be revealed later. But now we go back to our last 2 fights. of Group 2. It's Goth versus Lethal Weapon.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Well, sadly, Lethal Weapon cannot qualify for the semi-finals. Even if they win this, they will only end on 3 points. Razer and Ramsay, of course, have higher points already. So, unfortunately, all they can do now is stop Goth from getting any sort of points on the board and putting up a great show just to amuse us, really. And they're not going out without a fight. Literally into the CPZ, pushed in towards Shunt. Look at this, squishing poor Goth. Could they end third out of all of this? It's not enough, obviously, and by the looks of it, Goth will not qualify either. Now, this is going to be interesting. It's ended dramatically, spectacularly. It's going to be the last fight, Razer against Ramsay, to determine who goes through to the semi-finals. Very good spectacle for both these robots. Great performances. Sadly, Shunt humiliates both of them as they end in the corner patrol zone. What a fight, and an end to their careers. So, 3 points for Lethal Weapon. Like I said, not enough. It boils down to this. If Ramsay win, they go through. If Razer win, they go through. It really is winner takes all.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Who's your money on? You've got to admire You've got to admire Ramsay. All fights over so quickly as they flip Razer. What a flip that was. Now they're being as cheeky as ever. Ramsay, you know, I did warn you, the underdog of the group here. Razer struggling, they need to self-right, but the way that they've been flipped by Ramsay is up on their back. It's not the sides, and they are out of the tournament. 3 points here to Ramsay, who come out on top and win the second group battle stage. I'm impressed. Ramsay, the dark horse, and of course, a champion.
Cease.
Way back in the past. And look at that. They continue to right to the end. They win all 3 points, all 3 battles. They obliterate the opposition, which means they take the Group 2 winning spot. There. What a robot Ramsay is. I think could win the whole thing. Well, certainly from what we've seen so far. I know it's very early days. Not all over for Razer. They join Mortis on 4 points. Still able to get through. But today's winners, Chrimbot, the unpredictability, and Purple. Ramsay, the purple machine, also through to the semi-finals.